Good morning and welcome to One Ice Arena, and it's playoff time here in Israel. The first of two semi-final games from One Ice Arena set to go. I'm Ben Baruch alongside my broadcast partner Jacob Schlussel, and we're in for a good one tonight. This morning. It's 𝗬𝗏 Netanya taking on the Haifa Mariners, who battled back from 0-4-2 to start the season to claw their way back into the playoff picture. They'll take on undefeated 𝗬𝗏 Netanya tonight, Jacob.
They absolutely will. This has been such an anticipated matchup that we've wanted to see for so long. Halfway through the season, Haifa was winless and Netanya was undefeated. But now they're in the same position, both looking for a spot in the finals.
Let's look at our players to watch for tonight's game. And for 𝗬𝗏 Netanya, it's going to be David Levin leading this league in points, up to 17 goals actually and 20 assists. And on the other end, Nathaniel Schwartz going to have a really tough time shutting him down, but it's going to be necessary for Haifa to find a win here today, Jacob.
It absolutely will be, as we saw in that matchup. That's going to be the story of the game. It's going to be Netanya's offense versus Haifa's defense.
And just a look at the playoff bracket of what we're going to have today. Right now we're going to see 𝗬𝗏 Netanya take on the Haifa Mariners, and then after this game we'll have the Holon Vipers taking on the Jerusalem Capitals. Losers playing the bronze medal game tomorrow night, and then the winners playing the gold medal game on Sunday night. The goaltending matchup real quick is Daniel Elisayev for 𝗬𝗏 Netanya. Comes into this one with a 5-0 record, a 2.68 goals against average, and an .876 save percentage. And on the other side, it is Arthur Zalavian in net for Haifa. Still without Shea Spanier, but Arthur Zalavian has been a godsend for this team. He has all of Haifa's 4 wins and another 2 shootout losses. And we are underway here from One Ice Arena. Netanya collecting the first possession. Glad you could be with us here on a Friday morning here from Israel for a terrific first round of playoff action. Here's Jeremy Gross bringing it down the right wing. Drops it off for Golodnitsky. He shoots one in a save. Elisayev jamming away at the side of the post was Bento, and he couldn't put it past Daniel Elisayev. Mike Levin the other way. He's turned around by Jacob Saunders. 𝗬𝗏 gets it through center. David Levin turns away from Daniel Golodnitsky. He looks up ice, brings it over the blue line. Levin gets it across to Mike, but the play was offside.
Very, very early wake-up call for Netanya. You'll see it right here. Jeremy Gross creating chances. Drop one back, and the puck was sitting right there. And Bento couldn't jam it home. After a pretty slow game last night from Netanya, they're going to have to wake up and skate a lot faster.
𝗵𝗃 cleared this one all the way down off the face-off. Daniel Elisayev thought there was an icing coming, none to be had. Tucker Falk, who's back in the lineup for the Haifa Mariners. He was in the United States for a little bit, has a goal and an assist in 7 games. But he's going to be a big part of that offense today. The other way comes 𝗵𝗃 Milner for Netanya. Milner tried to go around his former teammate 𝗵𝗃. He stood him up. 𝗵𝗃 3 goals this season. 1 for Netanya and another 2 for Haifa. Adi Riegler back for this one. He turns it around for Yoav Mar. Up the right side, 𝗵𝗃 Milner chips it past Ori Siegel, gets it back in the corner. Siegel working with this one, but he turns it over to Milner. Milner, met in the slot by 𝗵𝗃. Dropped it back for Weitz. He shoots one through, and it's blocked down by Ryder or Siegel. Weitz curls that in front. 𝗵𝗏 a shot and a save by Zalavian. Great forecheck here by Netanya. It's 𝗬𝗏 curls one in front for 𝗵𝗏. He was wide open in front of the net. Milner back across to Weitz, and his one-timer wouldn't go on goal. Ugortson to Milner, all the way around. 𝗬𝗏 collects in the near corner. Tries to feed one down low. He goes up top towards Horowitz. That one goes over the blue line. Netanya needs to come back. Here's Ugortson. Only lineup change for 𝗬𝗏 Netanya to mention is that wearing number 3 today will be Yegor Prutskov, not Ňir Sigalov. He took a hit against 𝗬𝗏 a couple games ago, and he has not returned. Or he has not been 100% rather since taking that hit. 𝗏𝗏 brings it ahead for Netanya in the meantime. He's taken down. 𝗏𝗏 fishes it out of his skates, goes behind the net. The handoff to 𝗧𝗲, and he moves ahead with this one. Tries to find 𝗏𝗏, a good step up by 𝗏𝗏 at the red line. That puck will go all the way down. Honor Abend will collect for Netanya. 𝗂𝗏𝗏 turns it over. Netanya gets it back though in their own end. 𝗏𝗏 up the middle of the ice towards 𝗬𝗏. That one out of his reach, so Nathaniel Schwartz collects for the Mariners. Abend now. 𝗏𝗏 able to shrug off Jeremy Gross. Finds 𝗬𝗏 on right wing. He gets it back to 𝗏𝗏. Chop that one up in the air. 𝗬𝗏 now fighting for it, but Gross takes it away. But 𝗬𝗏 gets it back. 𝗬𝗏 shoots and a save by 𝗬𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 reaching for that one. Couldn't get it down on his stick. The other way comes Jeremy Gross. Has Bentov with him. Drops it for him. Bentov shoots and it's blocked wide. Netanya quickly back. Here is David 𝗏𝗏 along with 𝗬𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 drags and shoots and a save by 𝗬𝗏, and he'll get the cover.
Very early, we see how fast and dangerous this Netanya team is. They've been flying up and down the ice like this for the past few minutes, and David 𝗏𝗏 creating chances, a little drag back and a shot. That is two amazing saves by 𝗬𝗏 early. One on 𝗬𝗏 with his foot, and the next one on David 𝗏𝗏 here. After that wake-up call in the first shift of the game, Netanya has totally dictated the pace of play and has had the puck pretty much for the entirety of this game so far.
Face-off coming to the right of Artur 𝗬𝗏. 𝗪𝗏 wins it back to Milner. Milner out of the corner, looking to find 𝗪𝗏. Lost that puck in his skates. Battle for it center ice. Riegler able to get it deep, and now Milner trying to get it around Litvak. He stands him up. Up the middle to Falk. He's shut down by 𝗪𝗏. Riegler now trying to get it ahead to Milner. Litvak picked it off and will slap this one in from center. 𝗪𝗏 plays it away from 𝗪𝗏. Then it's launched across ice to Milner. Milner, inside out. Tented in front for Vorobyev. They went past him. Post surrender shot from the point. Got blocked down by his own teammate, 𝗪𝗏. Now it's Yoav Mar in front. 𝗪𝗏 couldn't get a shot on goal. Neither could Milner. Milner recollects on the near side. That puck slides off his stick. He'll recollect in the neutral zone. Milner is ridden off by Amit Bentov, and he picked this one up in neutral ice. Here comes Bentov. Tries to feed one out in front. Fight's able to block it away with a stick. But now a turnover. Sharon in front for Siegel, and a save by 𝗪𝗏. Netanya having a little trouble getting this one through center ice. Liederman has to curl back with this one, with Sharon and Siegel putting on the pressure. Three forwards up front for the Haifa Mariners. 𝗏𝗏 has to curl back again. Aronovich missed that pass, so now Haifa regains possession. Left side, it's Bondar. In over the line. Bondar sends one out in front, and they just missed it wide. Now in front for Bondar, and another save by 𝗪𝗏, and he gets the cover.
Really early in this game, we see the line of Siegel, Bondar, and Sharon creating chances. This has been the line that has emerged for Haifa, along with 𝗬𝗏, to really help them make that playoff push. Ori Siegel had an amazing chance in front of the net, couldn't really elevate the puck, and then Bondar had one there.
An unbelievable forecheck being put on by the Haifa Mariners, forcing Netanya into a whole bunch of mistakes. 𝗪𝗏 back to get this one. David 𝗏𝗏 applying the pressure. Now it's stolen away by 𝗬𝗏. He cuts to the middle. Puck went off his stick. 𝗪𝗏 now fighting for it in the corner, along with Itai Bentov. Netanya, though, able to get possession. It's Ilya 𝗬𝗏 in front for David 𝗏𝗏. He's ridden off by Nathaniel Schwartz. There's that matchup we spoke about in the open. Abend throws one across the ice. Mike 𝗏𝗏 curls with this one in the top of the circle. Drop for David 𝗏𝗏. Nick Kreimerman. David 𝗏𝗏 all the way across. Abend couldn't get that one away. He's hit hard by 𝗬𝗏 behind the net, and Haifa able to hoist it out of the zone. Gross chasing down Nick Kreimerman. Good turn away from Gross by Kreimerman. Now Aaben tried to go cross ice to Mike Levin, who was picked off by Litvak. Gross trying to bring this one in. Kreimerman playing well against him. This one comes through center ice. Mike Levin dropped it for David. Here's David Levin. Tries to go to the inside, and Litvak stood him up. And now big reverse hit by David Levin. Haifa, though, able to get the clear. Maurer waits for its team to get back on side. Gets around Litvak. And then Falk. Maurer tries to go across the ice to 𝗵𝗹𝗆. Was broken up. Battle for it near the Haifa bench. Sheriff threw that one into neutral ice. Milner back to get it. Here's a 𝗵𝗃𝗍 looking for a breakout. The far side of the ice to 𝗵𝗹𝗆. Back to Riegler now. Trying to hit Milner. That one gets past him, but 𝗪𝗏𝗀 there to collect it near the corner. Good strength by 𝗪𝗏𝗀. He curls it around, intended for 𝗵𝗹𝗆. Now Falk steps into 𝗵𝗹𝗆. Haifa comes away with the puck. Here's 𝗪𝗏𝗀 out in front for 𝗵𝗹𝗆. The net is off, but they're playing on. Here's Falk the other way, trying to get it out. Net is still off, but 𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗄 bringing it back. 𝗵𝗃𝗀 drags around Riegler. Look at 𝗵𝗃𝗀 go! And then 𝗬𝗏 comes out to punch it away. Here's 𝗏𝗏𝗃 back in for Netanya. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 around Vinograd. Dips behind the net. Has Litterman calling for it at the point. Gets it back to Horowitz. Horowitz to Riegler half wall. Throws one across the ice. It was off a stick and onto the far boards. Ryder turns it over. Fights a drive and was blocked by Sheriff. Now it's Vinograd to Ryder. Slow pass up the near wall is kept in the zone. Here's Litterman. Good play by 𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗄 to punch it away, and Netanya needs to regain possession. Here's a turnover. Itai Bondar shoots one wide off the stick of 𝗪𝗏𝗏. Now it's Siegel shooting. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 got in the way of that one. Litterman throws one cross ice. Spector turns away from Saunders. He gives it to Horowitz as Netanya will reset in their defensive end. Bondar, the forechecker for the Mariners. Here is Nick Kreimerman. Cross ice feed onto the stick of Spector. Spector tried to drag around Yael Sharon. He broke it up. Now it's Bondar. Gets around Spector out in front, and good play by Honor Aaben getting back. Schwartz, back check by Spector. Now he launched the pass ahead from Mike Levin. Levin has David coming to the net. Mike curls back, finds Spector. Drop for Kreimerman, he shoots one through! Sitting at the side of the net. Now Spector brings it around. Mike Levin, all the way across to Kreimerman. He goes behind the net, turns away from Sharon, has Aaben calling for it. Gets it and fires one off the leg, and then it goes behind the net again. Aaben shoots one, it's blocked. But now a whistle, I believe the net came off.
Already in this game, we have seen a pace of play that we are yet to see in the IEHL so far. It is fast. Both teams are flying up and down the ice, but the faster you see the pace of play, the more important the neutral zone becomes. And so far in this game, Netanya has dominated the neutral zone. When you let this Netanya team walk into your zone with speed, you're going to struggle. Haifa really has to shore up their play in the neutral zone.
Here's Milner bringing over. He fires one wide of Zilavian. That last faceoff was, I believe, a hand pass. That's why the faceoff was in the neutral zone. Here's Itai Bentov trying to get around Riegler. Riegler sends Bentov down to the ice. We're going to have our first penalty of the hockey game.
You'll see the penalty again right here. You see 55 Itai Bentov skate into the zone, get around Riegler. 𝗧𝗲𝗺 gets his stick in there, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. And what a chance for Haifa it is here with the power play to try to open up the scoring.
𝗧𝗵𝗺 just stopped skating on that one, and 𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗺 was good on his skates and good play to draw the penalty. Off the face-off, it's 𝗂𝗲VMAR for Netanya. He's wrapped up by 𝗁𝗏 behind the net. In comes 𝗵𝗃𝗃. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, short pass to 𝗏𝗏. He backhands one that as far as 𝗪𝗏. Now Siegel gets it deep. Around it comes to 𝗂𝗃 Sharon. Back to the point for 𝗏𝗏. He drives one through with his dribbles on goal, and 𝗪𝗏 had to kick it away. Now here comes Milner shorthanded as one man to beat. Milner is sticked away by Alex 𝗏𝗏. Here he comes into the zone. Punched away by Mara, but he got it back. 𝗏𝗏 in front for Sharon, and it's sticked away by 𝗏𝗏. And here comes Ilya 𝗵𝗃𝗃. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 gets around the defense. 𝗵𝗃𝗃's in on goal. And 𝗬𝗏𝗺 poke checked it away. And the net comes off. What a defensive play there.
What a great back check by 𝗁𝗏, chasing down 𝗵𝗃𝗃, who in transition is one of the fastest players in this league. We've seen him attack. He splits the defense right there, but 𝗁𝗏 does just enough to dispossess 𝗵𝗃𝗃. And really early in this game, I want to look at the play of Alex 𝗏𝗏, who I thought has been exceptional as one of the older players in this league. It's really hard to keep up with the speed of this Netanya team, and we've seen 3 times tonight he has dispossessed a Netanya player simply because of his positioning, which has been exceptional all night. Twice on Aviv Milner and once on David Levin, who are some of the most talented players in this league. And that is exactly what Haifa needs, just composed hockey tonight.
Brings a real veteran presence to one of the youngest teams in the league. White shot one off the face-off and wide. 56 seconds remain on the Adi Riegler penalty. Gross picks this one up in stride. Cross-ice feed to 𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 to the outside. Picked up by Anar Abend. This one comes around for Jeremy Gross. Back to the point for Vinograd. Gets it across to Reiter. He drives one. That went in, hit the leg of Anar Abend. Gross in the circle. In front for 𝗏𝗃𝗃. Back pass to Vinograd. Across to Reiter. He drives one, and he missed it. Gross comes out of the corner, shoots one off the pad. Stuff attempt, and it's stopped by 𝗪𝗏. And now some extracurriculars in front of the goaltender.
The intensity in this game is very, very high. It's playoff hockey. Right here, you see the chance in front of the net. Gross fires one on net. And Golodinsky got pushed down in front of the net, and Gross retaliated with a little bit of a cross-check in the back of 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Some refs we've seen call that penalty already in this league. There was no penalty called there.
Little miscommunication by HC Netanya. They put 5 players out for that face-off. Still have just over 10 seconds left on the penalty. This one's collected by David Levin. Gets it over to Mike. Mike cuts in the middle. He shoots one off the skate of Saunders. Mike Levin hustling back for this one against Itai Bondar. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 tried to punch it ahead, but it's brought back by Ori Siegel. Bondar has 𝗪𝗏𝗃 cutting into the slot. 𝗪𝗏𝗃 drags around, fighting for that puck. Still with it in the corner. One-on-one against 𝗏𝗏𝗏, but Netanya wins that battle. It's David Levin launching it ahead for Mike. Able to slow it down just a little bit to negate an icing. And now this one comes back into Netanya's end of the ice. Here's 𝗏𝗏𝗏. To David Levin, he put that pass in a bad spot. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 almost picked it off. Here's Levin again, this time down the left wing. Levin shoots in, a save by Zilavian, and he gets the rebound too. Very late whistle there, Jacob, but a good save.
Late whistle, they wanted Zilavian to play it. You see again, I talked about that neutral zone play, and you let this Netanya team, especially David Levin, walk into the zone. And you see the respect that David Levin has for 𝗧𝗏𝗺. We've seen David Levin try to go high on so many goalies this year. And he has effectively. And here he tried to go 5-hole on 𝗧𝗏𝗺 on that attempt, and 𝗧𝗏𝗺 was right there.
He's been so good for this Haifa team. We saw him deny 𝗵𝗏𝗆 a couple times when Haifa played 𝗵𝗏𝗺. He's easily been the best goaltender in the IEHL so far this season. Here's Litvak. He shoots one, and that went off the blocker of 𝗪𝗫. Now it comes in front. 𝗵𝗏𝗆 couldn't push it on goal, so Netanya brings it back the other way. Here's Aviv Milner. Cuts to the outside. He shoots one, and a save by 𝗧𝗏𝗺. Cross under a minute to go here in the first period. Here's 𝗬𝗏𝗵𝗆. Gross drags and shoots one off the leg of Prymerman, and then a big hit after the play by 𝗏𝗏𝗆 on Gross. Meantime, it's Milner bringing it the other way. Milner cuts to the middle. Tried to drop it off for David Levin, didn't see where he was, so it's 𝗬𝗏𝗵𝗆 bringing it back. He steps around the check of Spector, who gets it back at center ice. Hands it off to Milner. All the way across. Levin broke that one up. I think it was intended for David Levin. Now it goes all the way down. 𝗵𝗆 hustling back against Anne Robin. Cross-ice feed now to Mike Levin. He's hit by Falk with 14 seconds left in the period. Mike Levin ties up with Falk. Falk wins that battle and gives Haifa possession of the puck. Falk shoots one in from center with the final seconds of the first period ticking off. This first period had everything but a goal. We're scoreless heading into the first intermission. Welcome back to One Ice Arena for the second period here between Haifa and Netanya. A scoreless first period. We'll see who's gonna break the ice first. Here's Mike Levin. Shoots one into the breadbasket of Artur 𝗧𝗏𝗺.
Again, Netanya entered the zone, straight through the neutral zone with speed. When you let Mike Levin and David Levin enter the zone like that, they're gonna create quality chances. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 has bailed out this Haifa team, but they really gotta step up in the neutral zone.
David Levin wins that faceoff. 𝗵𝗏𝗆 shot through traffic is deflected wide. Here's Sheriff. Throws one off the leg of Ilya Spector. Then David Levin throws it cross ice for Mike. Drop pass for Spector. Back to Mike. Now 𝗵𝗏𝗆 shoots one, and another save by 𝗧𝗏𝗺.
𝗧𝗏𝗺 has absolutely gobbled up the pucks so far in this first period, plus 27 seconds. Right here, you see Spector and Levin play a little 1-2, find 𝗵𝗏𝗆 back from the blue line, and right in on 𝗧𝗏𝗺, and he just covers up, catches it, no rebounds.
Rutskov wins that faceoff, and now it's Rigler. Mara tries to punch it deep, but it's Jack Horowitz bringing it the other way for the Mariners. He's crunched by 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃. Those two exchange some pleasantries as 𝗬𝗃𝗃 goes back to get it behind his own net. Vorobyov comes to help Netanya clear the zone. Zisterman putting on the pressure along with 𝗵𝗆𝗆. Here's 𝗧𝗲. Throws one to the far corner. Jack Horowitz will go get it. He gets it around 𝗏𝗏𝗄. And now 𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆 launches one ahead. �milner was behind the play. But it's 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗃 settling things down for the Mariners. He gets that one in, and 𝗪 behind his net to play it. 𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆 fighting against 𝗪𝗏𝗆 for this one. 𝗏𝗏𝗄 comes in to muscle it away. Able to go up to the far side of the ice, but 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗃 prevented �milner from getting another rush. Here's 𝗏𝗏𝗄. Right side to 𝗪𝗏𝗆. 𝗏𝗏𝗄 in front for �milner, was blocked away by 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗃. Now a turnover. Here's 𝒫r. Gets around 𝗧𝗲 twice. Now it comes down to �milner. Up top to 𝗏𝗏𝗏. He shoots one wide. Backtracking is on 𝗪. �milner. Cross ice feed to David. David 𝗏𝗏𝗏 cuts to the middle. He shoots, and a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. Back to the point for Kreimerman. Able to settle it down, get it across to 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Down low for Mike Levin. Curls back to the top of the circle. Mike Levin looking for a lane. Gets it down low to 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. Pass got away from him, but it's collected by 𝗪. Towards 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, that one away from him. He was tied up with 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now Haifa able to regain possession, get one off the wall, and force Kreimerman back for it. Now a steal at center ice. Here's 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Turns away from Kreimerman. Out in front, nobody there to pick it up for the Mariners. Here's David 𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 trying to cut to the middle. It was punched away by Golenitzki. Netanya able to hold his own. Now in front, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 couldn't direct it on goal. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 launches one up the middle of the ice off the stick of Schwartz. Back onto Netanya sticks though. Mike Levin to David. Here's David 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, gets the defense, and a good play by Schwartz to prevent any meaningful shot from getting on 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. David 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 still with possession of the puck. He's back checked away by Gross, and he'll bring it ahead. Gross gets it in deep, goes off on a change. Here's Nick Kreimerman starting things up for HC Netanya. Aronovich now. Trying to go up the middle for 𝗪. Was picked off by Bondar. Siegel having trouble getting that one through center ice. He'll curl back with this one. Hands off to Nathaniel Schwartz. Here's Bondar catching up to this one in the offensive zone. Goes behind the net. Bondar turns away from Litterman. Out in front looking for IEHL Sharon, who was sticked away by Nick Kreimerman. Now it's Aronovich. Stops up in the circle. Drop to Weitz. Now Aronovich hit from behind by Schwartz, and there's going to be a penalty, and now Schwartz is down in the corner.
You can see right now Nathaniel Schwartz, Haifa's best skater, came up injured on that play. He was down, and it looks like he's going to get penalized as well. It looks like they're taking him to the box. Maybe they're both getting penalties. You saw Schwartz get called earlier in the play, and then Weitz retaliated and cross-checked Schwartz in the corner. Schwartz is still a little shaken up going to the box. We have 2 penalties on this play. And I assume there will be 4-on-4 hockey.
You're absolutely right. Schwartz had the initial cross-check, and Weitz retaliated. There you see the playoff bracket again. Playing single elimination. Winner of this game has a direct path to the finals on Sunday. Looks like we're actually going to be 5-on-5. So they'll just take 2 each off for roughing, and that will not affect on-ice manpower. Here's Tucker Falk, a 3-on-1 for Haifa. 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏 trying to go back to Falk. It was blocked away by Horowitz. Now Now the other way, it's Netanya. 𝗬𝘂𝗍 𝗬𝗃 leading the rush. Has both 𝗲𝗏𝗻s with him. The drop for Mike. Mike dropped it for 𝗪𝗺. He couldn't get that one. All but one Netanya player caught deep. Here's 𝗪𝗃 with 𝗪𝗺 racing back. The drop for 𝗵𝗏𝗺. He shot it off the blocker of 𝗬𝘂𝗍. Now 𝗪 gets one ahead to David Levin. Curls it in front to 𝗬𝗃. 𝗬𝗃 is back checked well by Saunders. David Levin shoots one. I think that one grazed the post.
We'll see that again right here. This chance from David Levin. Sorry, that was after this play. Haifa had a 3-on-2 rush, and 𝗵𝗏𝗺 took a shot. It went up high, and a nice blocker save by 𝗬𝘂𝗍. This matchup of 𝗧𝗲 versus David Levin has absolutely lived up to the hype. Levin had another chance right there, and so far he hasn't been able to put one past 𝗬𝗏.
Tie-up off this face-off is controlled by Vinograd. Stolen away by 𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆. He shoots one that's blocked by Litvak. 𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗆 again to the net, then it's taken away by Vinograd. 𝗃𝗀𝗃 holds the zone. 𝗃𝗀𝗃 a shot looking for Milner in front, and he couldn't direct it on. 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆 up ahead to Golenitzki. That pass too far out of his reach. So 𝗏𝗪𝗏 back to handle for HC Netanya. Igor 𝗃𝗀𝗃 will skate into this one. 𝗃𝗀𝗃 drops it for Vorobjov. He's ridden off by Golenitzki. Netanya looks to bring things the other way. Aben punches it down low. Milner around for Vorobjov. Back to Milner. He finds Aben near the point. All the way across to 𝗏𝗪𝗏. 𝗏𝗪𝗏 towards the goal. It ended up on 𝗬𝗏𝗺, and he'll cover up.
Earlier in this game, we talked about Alex Litvak's positioning, and his positioning let him down earlier in this shift. He got rung with a slap shot right in the knee and came off really, really shaky. Couldn't finish his shift. Something to look out for the rest of this game. He's on the bench right now, still visibly in pain. His left knee, he's still grabbing it. I'd expect him to return to this game.
Keep an eye on him. The rest of this second period has 9:05 left in it. Rigler stands up Bondar, brings the puck in. Litterman goes back to Rigler. He got a shot on it, a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗺. This one sent all the way down. 𝗬𝗏𝗍 about to play it, gets it away from Itai Bondar. Litterman chops it up off the far side of the ice, Now Litterman collects in neutral ice. Here's Arthur Litterman. He's quadruple teamed, and they throw it in on goal! Vinograd put that one in his own net!
Wow, I cannot believe that. That might be the only way to get it past Artur 𝗬𝗏𝗺 when he doesn't know it's coming. A good zone entry for Netanya, but there was nothing here, and Vinograd just panicked. He tried to throw it behind the net around the boards, and instead, he threw it straight into his own net. I cannot believe that is the way that there's the first goal of this game. It went straight through 𝗬𝗏𝗺's 5-hole because he just didn't know it was coming and didn't expect it. Wow.
What an awful, awful break for the Haifa Mariners. Amazingly, Amit Vinograd still on the ice after that awful mistake. The goal will be credited to Arthur Litterman. His first goal of the playoffs and the first goal of this hockey game. See how Haifa responds here. This one comes around the boards. Here's Gross. Gets it over to 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆. 𝗪𝗺 slowed it up. And 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆 threw it back through the slot. It's collected by HC Netanya. Here's 𝗬𝗃𝗃. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 couldn't get that shot to come with him. And now it's 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆 the other way on a breakaway. 𝗵𝗏𝗆𝗆 shot one and a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗍. Battle for it behind the net. Rose shrugs off 𝗬𝗃𝗃. Didn't see the puck was in his skates. And now it's Milner the other way for Netanya. drops it off for Mike Levin. Then David Levin shoots and a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗺. Milner in front for David Levin, across to Mike, and he shot it wide. David Levin tried to throw one again across the ice. It was broken up. 𝗬𝗏𝗺 now keeps it in the zone. In front to Mike Levin. Curls it out in front. It was broken up by Vinograd. And Haifa will get the clear. Here's Mike Horowitz. Got it out of the zone. 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃 chips it back in. Horowitz now is ridden off by 𝗵𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃. Or Sheriff in there as well. This puck comes back towards Nathaniel Schwartz, but he couldn't handle it. Here's Aviv Milner for Netanya. Milner shoots one and a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗺. Haifa under pressure. Decides to get this one all the way down. 𝗵𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 negates the icing. Schwartz in the neutral zone. Ties up with a D. Riegler. Łutzkov in there as well for Netanya. Falk and Maor Sheriff battling for it for the Mariners, but it's picked away by Victor Vorobyev. Vorobyev on goal to the backhand and a save. The rebound is collected by Saunders. He goes down in the corner, no penalty. Here's Sharon. Gets it around the boards. Elisayev hoists that one to the far side of the ice. Saunders keeps it in. Chops that one in cross corner. Siegel out in front. Sharon is thrown to the ice by 𝗵𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃. Now it's David Levin. He's taken down. No penalty either. Ref's letting him go. Here's 𝗏𝗃𝗀 trying to get this one around Bondar. 𝗏𝗃𝗀 picks it off and will regain possession in the neutral zone. Vorobyev hoists this one in. But back for it for the Mariners. Ryder up ahead to Sharon. He couldn't handle that one, so 𝗏𝗃𝗀 gets it back to his defense, and they quickly bring it the other way. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀 across to David Levin. Cuts the middle, back to 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃, and he scores! Ilya 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 makes it 2-0.
That was inevitable. David Levin making a great pass to his line mate, Ilya 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃. You see it's just a 1-2 game. Unbelievable move by David Levin. And we've talked so much about Alex Litvak's positioning. And here, his line mate, defensive pairing of Ryder really let him down. He let David Levin totally dance around him, not taking the body, not making a play on the puck. And that left his team helpless. 𝗬𝗏𝗺 could not do anything there. It was a wide open net for Ilya 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃. He'll finish that every single time.
What a finish from Ilya 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃. Such good chemistry with the Levin brothers, and here they are again. David tries to go in front for Mike. Now it comes back to Abed. Mike Levin cuts it, shoots, he scores! Mike Levin! It's 3-0!
And just like that, the game is getting away from Haifa. Only a few moments after the goal to go up 2-0. The line strikes again. Mike Levin dances around the boards, makes the play and snipes the top corner over 𝗬𝗏𝗺's left shoulder. Cannot give Mike Levin this much room. And that was Vinograd again, who stayed home in front of the net, trying to take away the pass instead of stepping to help his team on Mike Levin. And now it's a 3-goal deficit.
Haifa has called timeout. We knew it would take near perfection to beat Artur 𝗬𝗏𝗺, and excluding that own goal, the last two putaways have been something special for 18 Netanya.
Yeah, absolutely. The last two finishes have been 10 out of 10. And the second goal was not 𝗬𝗏𝗺's fault at all. And this next one, you left Mike Levin wide open. Haifa let him dance all the way to the front of the net, and it was just him and 𝗬𝗏𝗺. And when you put your goalie in that position, it makes it really, really hard, no matter how talented and how good he is, to make those saves.
saw the David Levin graphic on your screen. 2 assists on those last 2 goals, 1 on 𝗬𝗺 and 1 on his brother Mike. Leading point scorer in the IEHL, just 2 short of Artem Klein, who had 39 points in 9 games last season for the Cologne Vipers. David Levin is doing something special for HC Netanya.
He absolutely is.
There's a turning shot that went wide of the net. Now Litvak needs to clear the zone. This one bounces over 2 sticks, and here's 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏 catching up to it in 𝗧𝗏. He gets one on goal, he scores! Gets it through 𝗪𝘂𝗫. Haifa has life, it's 3-1.
What a response for this Haifa team. They needed a goal so badly right there. They're right back in it, a 2-goal deficit. If they want to stay in this game, they're going to need bounces like that. You saw Litvak from his own zone throw a little, flick all the way down. You see 2 fluky bounces. It comes on to 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏's stick, and he gets tripped, it looked like, by Abin. But another fluky bounce off the side of 𝗪𝘂𝗫 into the back of the net. That is exactly what Haifa's going to need. They're going to need magic, and the only way, you got to create your own luck, create your own magic, throw pucks at the net.
𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏 did not have a goal in the regular season. His first is huge for Haifa if they want to come back in this one, trailing 3-1 with 3:45 to go in the second. Now a lead pass for Milner, trying to get around Litvak. Milner stops up Litvak, sends him to the ice, but now comes in front. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 trying to punch it in front for 𝗪𝗏𝗏. It's taken away. Here comes 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗏 the other way for Haifa. 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗏 drops it to 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏, drags around, and he can't get the puck to come with him. 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, cross-ice feed to Milner. Drops it for 𝗪𝗏. 𝗪𝗏 tried to go back in front to Milner, was punched away. Now a 3-on-1 the other way for Haifa. Here's Jeremy Gross. Gross shoots, and he missed it wide. 𝗬𝗃𝗏 fresh off the bench as Milner for a 2-on-1 the other way. 𝗬𝗃𝗏 across to Milner. Milner shoots, and he missed it wide too. This one's cleared the length of the ice, and an icing coming up against Haifa.
𝗬𝗃𝗏 wanted this puck back. You can see off the bench, he gets it. And Milner was looking to throw it back to 𝗬𝗃𝗏, a little indecisive, and after the play, 𝗬𝗃𝗏 went over to Milner and said, throw that one back. It would have been an open goal on the doorstep. And I don't think Milner missed wide. I do think that 𝗧𝗏 got a piece with it with his blocker.
Off the face-off, this one's hoisted out by the Mariners. Now on a potential odd man rush the other way. 𝗬𝗃𝗏 in front for Levin, saved by 𝗧𝗏, and he got the rebound too. This one comes around the near boards. Schwartz goes 1-on-1 against Abend. 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 punches it deep. Now Levin sends it in front to 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏, trying to go across the ice. From Mike Levin, it was picked off by Litvak. He sends 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 on his way. Slaps it around the boards. Honor Abend. Picked off by Sheriff, but it's brought the other way by Netanya. Lead pass for 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏 drops it for Mike Levin. Over to David, he goes to 𝗬𝗏𝗫 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏, only ended up on his stick in the corner. Here's Mike Levin again. In front for 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏, and he shot it off the blocker of 𝗧𝗏. 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 comes in front, turns on goal, blocked away by Nathaniel Schwartz. Levin, a turning shot, a save. Bennett's Mike, and another stop from 𝗧𝗏. Netanya keeps the zone. Cross-ice feed to 𝗬𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏, works against Schwartz. They're roughing it up, and now Saunders able to slap it around the boards. Here's David Levin. Gets it over to Mike. Mike shoots it, a save by 𝗧𝗏. Non-stop action in the Haifa end of the ice. 𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 will pick this one off. Force Netanya to regroup. They sneak in a bit of a change. David Levin, hauled down, no penalty. Mike in front, and they stopped by 𝗧𝗏. It was Aronovich. Wide open net for him to shoot at, didn't get all of it. Coming away with this one is Mike Levin. in front for Wriggler. He tried to set it down low for Aronovich. It was broken up. Now Falk muscles that one away from the Netanya players, but they get it back. Here's Guy Aronovich, cross ice to 𝗏𝗏, and he couldn't get it on. Here's Nathaniel Schwartz, finally looking for an exit. Gets it ahead to Sharon, but now an infraction at center ice. I believe we're gonna have a penalty. It's Arthur Litterman going to the box.
Litterman's gonna get penalized for a high stick here. A really, really nice chance with 26 seconds to go in this period. They might not do it here, but they would start the third on a power play. They need one back here, but I want to talk about the play of Arthur 𝗧𝗲 for a moment. Those last 4 minutes, the puck did not leave the Haifa defensive zone. Against any other goalie in this league, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those chances would be in the back of the net. 𝗧𝗲 has totally stood on his head and bailed his team out to keep them in this game. You saw some amazing saves, him sliding to his left, right, off balance. It was just a constant onslaught of pressure, and 𝗧𝗲 saved all of them.
Now a power play coming up on the other end for the Haifa Mariners, a potential momentum swinger. Litvak sends one on goal. This one goes wide, looking for a tip from Gross. 15 seconds left in the period. Now it comes to Golenitzky. Back to Gross. Tries to go across the ice for Bento. It's picked off by David Levin with 5 seconds. He'll just curl back and let the clock tick down. Netanya in the second period scores 3 goals. They lead this one 3-1 heading into the second intermission. We'll be right back here on the Israel National Hockey Society YouTube channel. Welcome back to One Ice Arena for the third period between 𝗬𝗎 and the Haifa Mariners. A quick look at the playoff bracket one more time. The winner of this one heads to the finals, but a period of work to be done. Haifa starts as one on the power play for just under 1 minute and 30 seconds. Here's David Levin. Gets it back from 𝗪. 𝗬𝗎 shorthanded, launches the one down the ice. Saunders back to collect for the Mariners. Gets it around Schwartz. Here's Nathaniel Schwartz, the smooth skating defenseman. Moves it up over the blue line. Schwartz to the outside. He shoots one and he missed the far post. End-to-end chance from Nathaniel Schwartz comes up empty. Saunders to Falk. He stood up by 𝗬𝗎, and he'll clear the zone. Up ahead is 𝗵𝗲. 𝗬𝗏 out to play it. He sends it around for Golodnitsky. Has Falk on his right and Gross on his left. Goes to Nathaniel Schwartz. He'll bump it ahead to Gross. Back check from 𝗬𝗎, but Schwartz brings it in over the line. Schwartz shoots and a save. The rebound is punched wide by Golodnitsky. Golodnitsky turns it down low for Schwartz. Schwartz cuts it, sets it across, and it was blocked away by 𝗪. Falk on the follow-up, couldn't get it on goal. This one's chipped down low. Gross goes back behind the net. Up top to Ryder. Ryder sends one through his screen, it was blocked wide. Now Levin has Litterman cheating up ice. Has Milner along for the ride. Litterman tried to go in front for Milner, was blocked away by Ryder. Abend gives to 𝗬𝗎 playing some defense. Up ahead, 𝗬𝗎 goes back to Abend. And now Riegler. He'll dump this one in, and 𝗬𝗏 out to play it. Ryder the other way. Now it's Siegel. Chips it in deep, Bondar goes in after it. Bondar ridden off by 𝗏𝗏. Tanya will bring it the other way. Here's a Riegler. Chopped at center ice by Siegel. Follow-up chance by Kreimerman, hit the glass. Vorobyov threw it into the paraphernalia of Alex Lidvack, and now it's 𝗬𝗏 collecting behind the net for Netanya. 𝗏𝗏 to Vorobyov, out in front looking for 𝗏𝗏, and he couldn't get a stick on it. That one off the skates of Bondar. Siegel tries to punch it ahead. Pass not hard enough. Netanya will get it back deep. Here's Jacob Saunders. Shoots one on goal and a save by Elisayev. He'll keep play moving. Rutskov turns it over at the line. Ball gets it deep, but it's going to be called back, I believe, on an offside.
After 3+ minutes, we're going to get our first whistle in this period on that power play, which was Nathaniel Schwartz's first shift. I love the way that he was throwing the puck at the net and trying to make plays. He's done such an exceptional job defending tonight. I don't think he was on the ice for any of the Netanya goals, but he's going to really have to use his offensive skill set. Down 2 goals to get Haifa back in this game.
You and I were talking about Haifa in that intermission. They're going to need an essentially perfect defensive period from Nathaniel Schwartz and company in order to have any chance to come back in this hockey game. Here's 𝗬𝗎. Right side, Horowitz. Chips it down low, no one there to collect for 𝗬𝗎, but now it's Levin from the blue line, fakes the drive, goes outside, back in front, now in front for 𝗬𝗎, and he kicked it wide. Comes back to David Levin, into the slot with this one, again to the outside, threw one out in front for 𝗬𝗎, it was broken up. Now lead pass, Bentov will work against Horowitz, Horowitz throws him down to the ice. Now it comes in front for Schwartz, and he couldn't handle it, all alone in front of the net. Levin will throw this one back into his own end. Ryder curled one out in front for Schwartz. 𝗬𝗎 broke it up. Horowitz starts up from his own end. Finds 𝗬𝗎 on right wing. Here comes 𝗬𝗎. Threw it across to Milner. Then David Levin, he drags and shoots one, and it's blocked on its way to the goal, but now a penalty coming up.
The referee finally blows his whistle and calls the penalties. You'll see here David Levin with another chance in front of the net. Does get the penalty called. Of all of the physical interactions we've seen so far in this period, that might have been the one that was least deserving of a penalty. We saw Michael Horowitz, who is the coach who also plays on occasion for Netanya, drag down 𝗏𝗏, which would have been a 3-on-0 for Haifa. And then we saw David Levin get tripped up in the neutral zone. Those were both no calls. And then we have this one, which just looked like a good check from 𝗏𝗏 in front of the net. I do want to also talk about David Levin made the same move twice in a row, trying to make a pass from behind the net instead of shooting the puck on 𝗧𝗏, and he had two great looks right in front. There hadn't been a shot yet, and he chose to pass.
Penalty is for 𝗏𝗏. They call him for a charge. Netanya goes to work on the power play. 𝗏𝗏 to Mike Levin, then back to 𝗏𝗏. Left side, it's David. Back to 𝗏𝗏. Steve Milner in the bumper spot, gives it to Mike Levin. Then 𝗏𝗏. David calling for it on his left. Levin in front for Milner, and he shot it wide. Now 𝗀𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃 able to bring it out on a 2-on-1. Here's 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗺. 𝗬𝗏, he stood him up nicely. Neutral zone rider will dump it back in. 𝗬𝗏 was still over the blue line. He couldn't touch that one. Here's David Levin. Dances around Ryder. Curls away from him now. Levin. Left side, Elias 𝗏𝗏. Cross to Mike Levin. Finds David Levin at the point. Back to Mike. Then David. Threw one down low, intended for Milner. Flex it behind the net. Milner out in front. Levin gives to David. Now Milner trying to go in front for 𝗏𝗏. Milner loses the puck to 𝗀𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃. He has one man to beat. It's David Levin. He'll chop it in. 𝗀𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃 gets checked. Puck goes all the way down. 36 seconds left on the Alex Litvak penalty. 3-1 hockey game, 𝗵𝗄 Netanya, 9 minutes and 8 seconds away from heading to the finals. Here's David Levin, shrugs off Saunders, cuts to the front, and it was broken up and cleared by Nathaniel Schwartz. Here's Marr. Right side Litterman, second power play unit out there for 𝗵𝗄 Netanya. Tucker Falk off the takeaway. He'll backhand one out as Litvak steps onto the ice. Here's Yegor Prutzkov. Bigler. Aronovich will chip it in, and Saunders back to get it with Prutzkov bearing down on him, but Saunders sends it right into his own bench.
That was a nearly perfect penalty kill for Haifa. It's so hard to penalty kill against Netanya when they have the players of 𝗏𝗏 and Levin and Milner on the ice all together. And I'm not even sure they had a shot on net in that entirety of the 2 minutes. Great job by Haifa to keep themselves only down 2, but with only 8:21 left, time is slowly starting to run out. They got to make something happen quick.
This face-off in their defensive zone. They win it and bring it out. Here's Itai Bondar trying to get around Aben. Bondar across, and Siegel couldn't one-time that one on. The follow-up by Sharon ends up behind the net. Siegel shoots one, and it's blockered away. Comes back to Siegel, and he shot it again off the blocker of Elisayev. David Levin. Strong on the puck. Able to work on Sharon. Now it comes to Milner, and then Mike Levin. Back for Milner. Milner to the middle, and he's hacked at by Schwartz. Milner threw it back in front, intended for Mike Levin. Couldn't get a stick on it. This one's cleared the length of the ice. Gross chasing after this one. He collects the puck. Jeremy Gross trying to kick it away from Milner. The puck wouldn't come with him. Milner across to David Levin. Here he comes into the zone. Levin gets around Vinograd to the backhand, and a save by Zilovin. He made another one too. Now 𝗀𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃 to Itai Bentov. Bentov drags and shoots one wide. 𝗀𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃 back to Bentov, and that pass away from him 𝗵𝗏𝗻 will slow things down in his own end of the ice. 𝗬𝗬𝗪 curls back as Netanya completes a change. Under 7 minutes to go in the third period. 𝗵𝗏𝗪 gets around to check and then sends the puck ahead for 𝗏𝗏𝗧. He's crunched by 𝗵𝗏𝗻 as the puck gets in deep. The other way comes 𝗀𝗂𝗪𝗏. Up ahead to 𝗬𝗏𝗪. Cuts to the outside. Ridden off by 𝗵𝗏𝗻. The puck ends up in the corner though. 𝗏𝗏𝗧 double teamed. Battle for it right behind Daniel 𝗬𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗧 goes down and the puck comes free. Here comes Nick Kreimerman. Leading the rush for AC Netanya. Shoots one on and a save by 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Now here's a lead pass for 𝗬𝗏𝗪. He's in behind the defense. He's stopped by 𝗬𝗏𝗪 and he got the rebound too. Now a steal. Here's 𝗵𝗏𝗻𝗪. He shoots one on and wide. 𝗬𝗏𝗪 chirping a little bit at 𝗵𝗏𝗻𝗪. 𝗬𝗏𝗪 sends the puck around. Now a whistle. I think the net has come off for 𝗬𝗏𝗪's helmet.
You know, maybe there was a little bit of chirping there from 𝗬𝗏𝗪, but I also think he was trying to signal to the referees that something was wrong with his equipment to try to get a whistle, which he just got. 𝗬𝗏𝗪 had the chance there to get his team within one, get a breakaway. And he tried to make a move and just shoot high on 𝗬𝗏𝗪, looking for that top right corner of the net, but 𝗬𝗏𝗪's glove made the stop to keep his team up 2 with 5:51. Talked earlier in this game about creating your own luck. Haifa are really going to have to start chucking pucks at the net, crashing the net hard. They haven't really been able to create any other way. 𝗬𝗏𝗪 has come up pretty solid in this game, except for that one mistake which led to the goal, but that's what happens when you throw pucks at the net. You just don't know. You get fluky bounces. Haifa's really going to have to put everything they have just going towards 𝗬𝗏𝗪.
AC Netanya called timeout after that offensive chance for the Haifa Mariners. Just shows you how much they value keeping a level head in situations like this. Up 3-1, they give up one offensive chance against, and you see their coach calling timeout.
Yeah, I like that call. It never hurts, especially when your goalie's going through some equipment changes. You want him as comfortable as possible in the net. You want your team to be as calm as possible, stick to the fundamentals. We saw them watching film earlier. It's, you know, to stick to the things, stick to your game plan in times like this when moments are pretty tense.
Here's 𝗬𝗪𝗪 bringing it ahead, trying to get around Tucker Falk, but now looks like we're going to have a penalty on Falk.
That's a penalty you cannot take with only 5 minutes to go in this game. You'll see it right here. Falk got his stick in under the left armpit of 𝗬𝗪𝗪 skating through the neutral zone. However, that's twice now in this game that we've seen the referee call a penalty and immediately blow the play dead, not letting the offensive team possess the puck and pull their goalie to get the extra skater. That's twice. It might be 3 times now. That's, you know, some questionable refereeing. I hope he, you know, cleans that up.
Normally the rule is that the offensive team that drew the penalty can complete their offensive chance until the team that took the penalty touches the puck. But it's a power play nonetheless for AC Netanya, leading 3-1. Milner tried to go back to David Levin, and then Gross able to chip it out of the zone. 𝗬𝗪𝗪 thought of playing puck, decided not to. Here's Aviv Milner. Cross-ice feed for 𝗵𝗏𝗻𝗪. In front for 𝗏𝗏𝗪. 𝗏𝗏𝗪 drops it for David Levin. It was picked off by 𝗀𝗂𝗪. He tries to bring Gross on a 2-on-1. Gross will move in by himself. Gross punched away by 𝗬𝗪𝗪. Here's 𝗵𝗏𝗻𝗪 the other way. Levin goes inside out. Broken up by Saunders, and you'll get the clear.
That's twice now we've seen Haifa players try to slide the puck through their own legs going against 𝗬𝗪𝗪. You're never going to get by him like that.
Here's a pass across to Milner. Drops it for David Levin. Out in front for Mike. He shoots one, and that hit the glass. David Levin curls away with this one. Sends one on goal, looking for a tip from 𝗏𝗏. Unavailable. Back that low comes for 𝗏𝗏. Angles off 𝗧𝗏. David Levin up top for Mike. 𝗬𝗏 steps in, shoots in a blocker save, lands in the crease, battle for it, and then it ends up behind the net. 𝗧𝗏 is hit up high by 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗆, and we're gonna have a penalty.
𝗏𝗏 has thrown around his body using his physicality throughout this entire game. And this one, you'll see it again right here in the corner. That's just a high hit right to the face, a stick to the head. That's definitely deserving of a penalty. And it was a really, really good kill by Haifa, but with only 4 minutes to go, time is really dying out. I talked about both Haifa players trying to drag the puck through their legs against 𝗬𝗏, trying to make a flashy goal. And you got to throw pucks at the net. You got to get pucks on 𝗬𝗏 towards the net if you want any chance of scoring goals, but trying to make those magical highlight solo plays at this stage of the game is not what's going to get you within one. But Haifa will have the chance on a power play after 22 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey.
Look for them to really shoot the puck. They're going to go with 𝗵𝗏𝗆 Maor Sheriff, Jacob Saunders, Dennis Ryder, and Alex Litvak. Starting group on the 4-on-4. They'll go against the top line for 𝗬𝗏 Netanya. Elias Spector, Aviv Milner, and David Levin. Spector playing defense on this play. Here's Aviv Milner, 1 against 4. Broken up by Litvak. Milner keeps possession. He'll go back into his own end. Terrific play by Aviv Milner. Trying to run out some clock and give his team possession. Now, this one's launched all the way down. That probably should have been an icing. But now a steal by David Levin. He walks in on goal, sends it in front. Milner the backhand and a save by Artur Zilavyin. Keeping his team in this hockey game as Haifa heads to the power play. First hit by David Levin. Spins away from 2 Mariners, but he can't clear. 𝗧𝗏 sends one on goal, sitting in the crease. Battle for it, and 𝗬𝗏 sticks it aside. Marr moves it ahead to David Levin. Up ice to Mike, but it's picked off by Litvak. Marr will turn this one the other way. Finds a 𝗃 down right wing. Riegler trying to cut away from 𝗧𝗏. Tucker Falk comes in to take the puck away. Riegler still putting on the pressure, but it's brought ahead by 𝗧𝗏 with 40 seconds left on the power play. Right side for Gross. Gross trying to get around Spector. Ends up with this puck in the corner. Gross to 𝗧𝗏. Back it comes to Gross. Gross walks the line. Picked up by Mike Levin. Sends one out in front. Bentov shoots in a save. Gets behind him, and 𝗬𝗏 able to cover up.
A little bit of chippiness after this play. Elias Spector, who you don't often see in the middle of these altercations, took a little run at Itai Bentov after Bentov was going for the puck, which 𝗬𝗏 did a great job to cover up. The next 17 seconds are going to be vital with a man advantage. You see the puck bouncing around. Golodinsky had a chance. He got on it. And Gross was there too. This face-off is ever so important that it looks like Itai Bentov will take to create one more chance while you have the man advantage.
Bentov, the 27-year-old Israeli head coach of the under-20 Maccabi Metula team. 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points this season. Out here to take a crucial face-off, and he wins it. Comes back to Golodinsky, shot one that was deflected by Marr. Bentov got it back, shot one off the side of the net. Golodinsky works against Marr. Those two go down near the corner. Power play about to expire. Here's Milner with 𝗏𝗏 stepping out of the box. Milner trying to drag around Saunders. He stood him up. 3-on-2 the other way for Haifa. But this one's picked up by Ilya Spector. He drops it for Milner. Then across, Litterman left it for David Levin. Tries to go back to Milner. But now Haifa brings it back. Here's Golenitzki with Bentov joining the rush. Golenitzki cuts to the outside. Maurer rides him off. Bentov trying to go back to the point. It was picked off by Litterman. Now it comes ahead for 𝗬𝗃𝗀𝗄𝗃. He's picked off by David Levin, and here comes Netanya the other way. Right side, it's Mike. Curls it in front. David Levin got poked away by 𝗬𝗃𝗀𝗄𝗃. Here's Mike Levin. Out in front for Spector, and it's saved by 𝗬𝗏. David on the follow-up, can't turn it on goal as we approach a minute to play in the third period. Arwitz slaps it back down. Vinograd, right side for Ryder. Then across it comes to Siegel. He'll chip it in deep. Elisayev stops it behind his net, throws it around. Now Ryder throws one back towards the goal. This one's tipped, save it, rebound. Siegel had an open net to shoot at. Puck wouldn't settle down, and now with an empty net, 𝗏𝗏 lost that puck. Comes around for Falk. Kept in the zone, or 11 actually rather, will go back into his neutral zone to play this. Spector launches it ahead. This one goes towards the empty net, wide. Litvak will get the icing call, even though he probably could have played that one.
Yeah, the Netanya players aren't very happy. I thought Litvak absolutely had a chance to play that puck, but there's just not enough time left. Netanya with a 2-goal lead, only 26 seconds left in this hockey game, will be going to the finals, deservingly so. They're yet to lose this season. They continue that undefeated record into the championship game.
6-on-5, probably for the final 26 seconds of the third. Horowitz around to Spector. He sends one all the way down, but it's Ryder at center ice blocking it. Gross with 15 seconds. Comes to center ice. Ryder again needs to play it forward. Litvak is broken up by Spector. He'll race after this one with 7 seconds. Spector goes behind the net. He's ridden off by Ryder. Litvak will send it around, but it's too late. Netanya and their perfect season are headed to the finals.
What a game for HC Netanya. The pressure was there. We talked about Nathaniel Schwartz's play earlier in this game in the featured matchup with David Levin. And in my opinion, Schwartz might have won that matchup. He did everything he could. Him and 𝗬𝗏 and any other goalie in this league, the score could have been 10-1. 𝗬𝗏 stood on his head. The combination of him and Schwartz was not enough to stop the attack of the HC Netanya. They did just enough, and a sound of defensive game that Schwartz played. The whole Netanya team played just as well. Haifa really had no quality chances. What an unbelievable, composed, well game plan game for HC Netanya.
It was a terrific one from start to finish. Netanya wins this one by a score of 3-1, and they're heading to the finals. They await the winner of our next game, 𝗏𝗏 and Jerusalem. We'll be right back in a couple minutes for that exciting game. Haifa, in their first season, will play for bronze tomorrow night. For my broadcast partner, Jacob Schlossler, I'm Ben Baruch, thanking you so much for joining us here on a Friday morning and afternoon. We'll see you in a little bit for 𝗏𝗏 in Jerusalem.
Tonight's IEHL broadcast is brought to you by Ponke FPV drone video, Pro Edge's skate sharpening, Hockey Central shop in Krefeld, Germany, Transport Region, Canada's finest moving company for over 20 years, and 𝗏𝗃 photography store in Tel Aviv.